Hello and welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop Quick Tip. Today we're just going to show you how to snazz up a portrait, when you want to have a little more interest in your traditional portrait shot, little creative juices flow, and that's what the whole purpose is, to show you to get in here and play. That's what so many people are so intimidated with parts of Photoshop that they forget. You can't hurt anything. Get in and play. And that's how we learn. We learn new techniques. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I've got a portrait here of a beautiful woman, and I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do. I think I'm going to work with halftones today on this image here. For those of you that maybe have never ever played with halftones, that's going to be the main topic. All right. So we're going to make a new layer. All right. And I'm going to add the layer above it. And I'm going to use the gradient tool here. And I'm going to make sure that my palette's on black and white. All right. And I'm just going to draw out a gradient. Okay. And I'm not certain how I want it, but I'm going to start out like this. And again, I can come in and change it. This is my start and end points. This is my midpoint. So I can adjust where the blend is. Okay. So I'll start with this over the half the image. And because I'm not confident in what exactly I'm going for, the look, I'm going to right click on this layer and I'm going to convert it to a smart object. Okay. That's so that if I want to change my mind and want to come back and modify that gradient, I can do so. So now I have a black to white image gradient. I'm going to add a filter on top of this, and I said we're going to do our creative juices with a color halftone. Okay, most people have never been under, but it's under the filter, pixelate, and color halftones. That lets us generate geometric patterns across the screen. So the first one is the maximum radius. That's basically just the size, right, of what we're going to create. If we create circles or diamonds or whatever we're doing, it'll be the size in pixels, how big. You can go up to 127 pixels. That's the max. So if I tried to do, 200, it's going to tell me no, 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 no. It's going to say, see, you got to have a value between 4 and 127. So we'll just go with 127. And now that you have these 4 channels, these are the angles, okay? The angle at which they're going to be placed, the rows of these halftones. So they're in degrees. So 20 degrees, which means it's going to take a 20-degree angle. If I put it at 45, it'd be at a 45-degree angle. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's whatever look we're looking for. So I'm going to leave it at 20, 20, 20, see what it looks like. And I'm going to hit OK. And there's my pattern, okay? Just like I had put in. And I'm going, that's not too bad. That's pretty interesting. And now I'm just going to turn around and change the blend mode of the layer to lighten or screen, okay? And you can see the effect that we're getting here on the image, okay? So that's looking not too bad. But as we could tell, we lost half of our subject, so we don't have the gradient correct. It's not a problem because we made it a smart object. So I'm just going to double click on the gradient and we're going to modify it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse it. I want to have it over here. And maybe I want to have it a little further down. Okay, so I just totally reversed it, changed it, and now all I have to do is just close this and save. And now it's going to update the main thing. And there we go. We've got a nice, cool effect. All right, but I'm still not happy with it. So I'm going to double click again on the gradient and I'm going to modify it again. And I'm going to bring it in here. All right. Like so. Then I'm going to close the gradient fill line, save. It's going to update my picture, and I go, there we go. That's what I'm looking more like. And that's looking pretty good. So I've not got the more interest in it. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the colors in. So I think I'm going to do another layer of gradient fill. So I'm going to make a new layer, and then I'm going to take the gradient fill. Actually, I'm going to turn around and just do a gradient map, I think. So going to come down to the adjustments, gradient map. You could do it from here, the adjustment menu, or you could come down here and do it from your adjustments down through here. Okay, gradient map. All right. So once we hit the gradient map property, we have our choices here. I'm going to go under the pinks, and I'm going to select that. I'm liking that. I don't like that. But I go through. What's the correct answer? There is none. Just pick for the look I'm going to go. I'm going to go with this under the pinks. And now I'm going to simply change the blend mode to get the look that we're doing. So overlay, that's not bad. Soft light. I think I'm going to go with soft light there. That does a nice congealing of the photos. And you can just see we're having a creative process. So what's the purpose of this week's tutorial? It's to get you in here and playing, okay? I can guarantee you that probably 90% of you have never, ever hit the color halftone buttons. So I want you to get in there. And because we made this a smart object, create. Let's change it. Let's try it. So I change it. Click on it. Now I can change it. Well, maybe I want it to be 60 pixels. Maybe I want it to be 45 on these channels. So don't be afraid to come in and play with the effects. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's our effect. You can see how much we've changed the effect in it. Okay? That's the whole purpose of this, is to play, enjoy, have fun. Okay? And then toggle the last state through it, and you can see you have a great effect. All right? Now, if this was an ad for a commercial, we could turn around and put a logo down here in the lower right if it was for makeup or Chanel No. 5, whatever the campaign was for. And we have a very interesting campaign. Okay? And if maybe I don't like this, maybe I want the soft light, maybe I want to work on the color tones some more. Maybe I want to work on some colorization. Okay? This is what it's all about. All right? And that's what the purpose of this is. I want you to get in here and not be afraid of Photoshop. Think of it as a playground for you to play with, to enjoy. So that's what it's about. All right? So I hope you picked up a few pointers on this. Have some fun. And until next week, talk to you later.